Hello and welcome to the latest video update, which is the third in the space of less than a week. And the reason for that is we've had a little bit more news, a little bit more clarity. And the clarity has come from the Fellowship of General Dental Practitioners, who've issued their guidelines for practicing safely in general practice in this COVID-19 atmosphere we find ourselves in. And it was in response to the Chief Dental Officer's announcement on Thursday of last week that all dental practices could reopen from June the 8th, which is Monday. The key element to all of this is around something called aerosol generating procedures. And the FGDP have announced, they've written it on page 29, that high-risk aerosol generating procedures should be avoided while the alert level is at 5 or 4. Now, this is the situation we're in. We're currently at level 4, so we can't do AGPs safely. They should be avoided. So, to clarify what an aerosol generating procedure is, there's a table on pages 28 and 29 which summarise what constitutes an aerosol generating procedure. And essentially it's basically all of dentistry with the exception of extractions. We can't do anything, we can't do a simple checkup, we can't do scale and polish, we can't do a filling, can't do a crown preparation, we can't re-cement a veneer, re-cement a crown. We basically can't do anything like normal dentistry. And if and when the time arises when we can, when the level drops to 3, it looks like we're going to have to leave an hour in between appointments. So, for example, you have an aerosol generating procedure such as a checkup or a scale and polish or a filling. The surgery then has to be left for an hour fallow time, as it's called, just to allow the whatever aerosol or spray to settle, and then the surfaces can be cleaned down. So at the moment, it can't. The advice is don't do any aerosol generating procedures, avoid them. Then when we can do them, when the alert level drops to 3 or below, then it looks like there needs to be a fallow time, which currently is being reviewed. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But in summary, the news is nothing is changing on the 8th of June, I'm afraid. So I'm sorry to say we're not going to be reopening. We can't reopen and do aerosol generating procedures as in the document. So really, there's no great change. There's no difference. It's incredibly frustrating, especially when Matt Hancock goes on the news and announces, all dental practices will be opening on the 8th. But what he doesn't say is, but they won't be able to do a thing for you unless you require an emergency extraction. That's the bit that he's missed out, unfortunately, and that's what I'd love politicians to openly and honestly admit. But, well, I'm not going to go off on a political rant at the moment. Well, not on here, I'm not anyway. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll keep you informed to the best of my ability, and I'm keeping abreast of the situation. I've attached the 66-page document to this video so you can read it for yourselves if you want to. And so the key pages are 28 and 29 as far as aerosol exposure and high-risk procedures are concerned. And then if you want to read about the fallow time, the time in between patients or in between aerosol generating procedures, it's an hour, and that's on page 38. Read the rest of it at your leisure. It's a perfect cure for insomnia. I've read it twice since it came out, so there you go. Just reassuring you of my best intentions, and I'm doing the best I can for you. But in the meantime, look after yourselves, stay safe, and hopefully I'm going to see you soon.